the Oilers did not acquire a backup goalie like many people thought they were going to do. Of course, not very many goalies moved. Ben Bishop did move to LA, but the Oilers stood pat with what they have, as did a lot of teams. Why didn't the Oilers make that move?
I think I think just the asking price was a little bit too high, and frankly, like, I know people are saying heading into it, you got to get. I thought the time to get a backup goalie was about 3 months ago, when you can give Cam Talbot some rest. They're heading into a stretch now where he's not going to play a minute in the playoffs, like literally not a second, unless Talbot gets hurt. And if Talbot gets hurt, the Oilers are done anyway. I don't think there's a guy they could have brought in that could have carried the Oilers as far as Talbot had done. So investing a whole bunch in a guy for that role to maybe play 2-3 games down the stretch here and then nothing in the playoffs, you don't want to give up a whole bunch for that player. I mean, maybe if something was there, they would have done it. But I just think the asking price was too high for the amount of work that goalie was going to get down the stretch and in the playoffs, which, in my opinion, be virtually nothing.
Well, they say that those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And if this town knows, more than any town knows, if your top goalie goes down, it can be very costly, obviously. Back in 2006, Dwayne Rolston going down in the Oilers, it probably cost them the Stanley Cup. The Oilers likely would have won the Stanley Cup if Dwayne Rolston didn't get hurt. I don't have a huge issue with them not overpaying to get a backup goaltender, but I do think that you're rolling the dice a little bit, not necessarily for the playoffs, but if, let's say, Talbot tweaks something and he's out for a week, or he's out for 10 days or something like that, and that's 4 or 5 games the way the schedule is loaded right now. You don't have a lot of wiggle room there, and do you have the confidence in Laurent Brossoit to kind of hold the fort? And the thing with Cam Talbot is that this is a guy that's making 3 or 4 great saves in first periods to keep his team in the game before they kind of find their legs and get going. Maybe it's because all those big bodies takes them a little while to get going. I don't know. But without those 3 or 4 big saves in the first period, the Oilers are going into second periods only down 1 or even. But if you don't get those big saves, then suddenly you're down 3-0 going into the third period. That's a completely different thing. And I don't think Laurent Brossoit provides that or is able to provide that. So I think you are rolling the dice a little bit, and he doesn't have to be a season-long injury or a season-ending injury for this team to be in serious trouble. All it takes is something, let him tweak something, and he's out for 10 days, 2 weeks. And then if you're out without Cam Talbot for 2 weeks down the stretch drive, there's going to be a lot of nervous people here in Edmonton.